ค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
It is the 25th of April 2553 year or 2010. Good morning everyone and welcome to Meditation for Peace program broadcast every Sunday morning from 4 to 5 a.m. Thailand time on this DMC channel, the only one channel that brings you the facts of life you need to know.
Yes I'm Narupon Chantra Kunseli and Chananporn Rochan. We will be your host for today.
3 days ago, on this 22nd of April, people from all religions and cultures celebrated the Earth Day. But the question is, does Earth Day means just conserving the environment, or do we need to conserve the people living in the environment as well?
Yes, because humans are the guardians of the environment and the future of the environment for better or for worse is in the hand of humans. In that aspect, Buddhists may be the best people in the world to confront environmental decay.
In fact, the environment is essential to Buddhist practice and to wholesome living in general. This can be clearly seen in the Lord Buddha's teachings in the Mankala Sutta, where an abundable environment or Patirupatate is considered a blessing.
Earth Day 2010 or the 22nd of April, which coincidentally is the 66th birthday of the most venerable Parajapavana Visut, หลวงพ่อธรรมชโย at Wat Pratamagaya, Patum Thani, Thailand. Over 10,000 monks and nearly 500,000 lay women from around Thailand who were ordained in the Ubasikagya project that we've mentioned earlier in our previous episode had gathered here.
With the awareness of this day, the assembly of these Buddhist people came to the temple for the purpose of conserving the purity of their internal environment through collective meditation and other Buddhist practices of generosity and moral conduct. As such, it won't be wrong for one to say that the scheme of the Earth Day ceremony at Wat Pratamagaya is cleaning the mind, cleaning the world.
Yes, because simply cleaning and brightening up the environment of your center will have many immediate visible benefits. This can be proven by your sitting down and meditate. After meditation, your mind will be bright and clear, your thoughts in order, and you will want other things around you to be clean and organized as well.
This is the reason why we would like to persuade you to meditate with us by following the transmission of the Abbot, the Most Venerable Luang Por Thammachayo, whose life is dedicated to the well-being of the earth and its inhabitants.
Let's start now by gently close our eyes and bring all our attention to our center. Remain there as an observer of the internal experience for as long as you can or until his voice ends. We will come back for more on the topic of the Buddhist Earth Day after this.
หลับตาของเราเบาๆคลอดลูกพอสบายๆคล้ายกับตอนที่เราใกล้จะหลับอย่าไปบีบเปลือกตาอย่ากดลูกในตานะจ๊ะแล้วก็ทำใจของเราให้เบิกบานให้แช่มชื่นให้สะอาดบริสุทธิ์ผ่องใสไร้กังวลในทุกสิ่งไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องอะไรก็ตามให้ปลดให้ปล่อยให้วางหลับสบายผ่อนคลายกล้ามเนื้อทุกส่วนของร่างกายเราตั้งแต่ศีรษะเลื่อยมาเลยใบหน้าศีรษะลำคอให้ผ่อนคลาย บ่าไหล่แขนทั้งสอง ฝ่ามือถึงปลายนิ้วมือให้ผ่อนคลายร่างกายตั้งแต่ลำตัวสะโพกขาทั้งสองถึงปลายนิ้วเท้านะจ๊ะให้ผ่อนคลายให้หมดทั้งเนื้อทั้งตัวสำรวจตรวจตาให้ดีขยับเนื้อขยับตัวของเราให้ดีเนี่ยเลือดลมจะได้เดินได้สะดวกนะจ๊ะผ่อนคลายทุกจุดแล้วก็ทำใจของเรานะให้เบิกบานให้แจ่มชื่นให้สะอาดบริสุทธิ์ผ่องใสไร้กังวลในทุกสิ่งไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องอะไรก็ตามให้ปลดให้ปล่อยให้วางทำใจให้ว่างๆไม่ผูกพันกับคนสัตว์สิ่งของใดๆทั้งสิ้นต้องหยุดต้องนิ่งเพราะฉะนั้นตอนนี้เราก็นำใจเนี่ยกลับมาที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7ซึ่งมีจุดเริ่มต้นที่จะเข้าถึงพระรัตนตรัยในตัวเพราะฉะนั้นตอนนี้จึงอยู่ที่ว่าทำอย่างไรใจจึงจะหยุดจะนิ่งได้หยุดกับนิ่งอย่างนี้เนี่ยเราสามารถทำกันได้ทุกคนถ้าเราเป็นคนปกติธรรมดาสุขภาพร่างกายและจิตใจเราแข็งแรงสมบูรณ์ถ้ามีความเพียรแล้วก็ทำถูกหลักวิชาเราก็ต้องเข้าถึงกันอย่างแน่นอนไอ้ที่เข้าไม่ถึงเพราะว่าทำไม่จริงไม่ต่อเนื่องแล้วก็ไม่ได้ถูกหลักวิชาใจเนี่ยเราต้องฝึกบ่อยๆประคับประคองบ่อยๆให้อยู่ภายในตัวเราให้ไปคลอเคลียร์นัวเนียอยู่ที่กลางท้องที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7ลืมตาเดี๋ยวถ้าเรามีบริกรรมนิมิตเป็นที่ยึดที่เกาะของใจมันก็จะง่ายกว่าในการที่เราไม่ได้นึกนิมิตเพราะฉะนั้นถ้าในอริยบทอื่นแล้วก็ตรึกถึงดวงใสหยุดอยู่ในกลางดวงใสๆหรือตรึกถึงองค์พระแก้วใสๆหยุดอยู่ในกลางองค์พระแก้วใสๆถ้าเรามั่นใจว่าไม่ฟุ้งหรือเราพยายามนึกแล้วมันไม่ออกนึกแล้วปวดศีรษะมึนตึงก็วางใจนิ่งเฉยๆที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7แต่ก็ไม่ต้องกังวลฐานที่ 7มากเกินไปเอาว่าอยู่ในบริเวณกลางท้องแล้วก็ประคองใจด้วยบริกรรมภาวนาสัมมาอรหังสัมมาอรหังสัมมาอรหังเรื่อยไปเลยต้องตรึกไปเรื่อยๆเพราะเรายังเป็นผู้ฝึกหัดใหม่ใจมันยังไม่มั่นคงมันยังไม่ตั้งมั่นมันยังโลเลอยู่เดี๋ยวอยู่ภายในเดี๋ยวออกไปภายนอกแต่มักจะออกไปภายนอกมากกว่าเพราะว่าชีวิตประจำวันเราเนี่ยมี การทำมาหากินพบปะผู้คน ชีวิตถูกหล่อหลอมด้วยสิ่งที่หยาบๆด้วยสิ่งภายนอกใจก็จะต้องถูกดึงออกไปสู่ภายนอกดังนั้นเราก็ต้องหมั่นดึงกลับเข้ามาสู่ภายในฝึกกันไปบ่อยๆแม้ว่าเราจะมีความรู้สึกว่าเหมือนไม่ก้าวหน้าเหมือนกับว่าเราไม่ได้อะไรแต่ความจริงมันไม่ใช่อย่างนั้นทุกครั้งที่เราหลับตาแล้วก็เก็บใจไว้ในกลางกายสมาธิจะถูกสั่งสมกันไปทีละเล็กทีละน้อยอย่างที่เราไม่รู้สึกตัวเลยว่าเราเกิดความเจริญรุ่งเรืองเกี่ยวกับเรื่องสมาธิแล้วเมื่อเราลดน้ำต้นไม้ที่โคนต้นวันละขันวันละกระป๋องต้นไม้ก็เจริญเติบโตขึ้นทีละเล็กทีละน้อยเราแยกไม่ออกหรอกว่าวันหนึ่งเนี่ยมันโตขึ้นวันละกี่เซนแต่ถ้าหากเรายังทำอย่างนั้นต่อไปไม่ช้ามันก็จะมีดอกมีผลตอบแทนเราการหลับตาทำสมาธินี่ก็เช่นเดียวกันใจจะถูกฝึกให้หยุดนิ่งอยู่ภายในจะถูกยกให้สูงขึ้นจะถูกกรองถูกกลั่นให้ใสให้สะอาดให้บริสุทธิ์ขึ้นเราจะเริ่มนิ่งขึ้นแม้ว่าเริ่มต้นจะนิ่งสักนาทีหนึ่งนะมันก็เป็นรางวัลสำหรับการให้โอกาสกับตัวเราเองทำความเพียรอย่างถูกหลักวิชาแล้วก็ค่อยๆนิ่งๆแต่อย่าเผลอกดลูกในตาไปดูนะจ๊ะอย่าเผลอทำนิ่งๆนิ่งๆอย่างเดียวให้ใจได้สัมผัสกับความนิ่งในสมบูรณ์หยุดกันนิ่งอาจจะภาวนาสัมมาอรหังสัมมาอรหังเรื่อยไปหรือจะไม่ภาวนาก็แล้วแต่ใจเราสมัครเอานะจ๊ะสมัครใจอย่างไรก็เอาอย่างนั้นเราลองทำกันดูผ่อนคลายใจนิ่งนุ่มเบาๆสบายฝึกกันไปนะจ๊ะ
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the mental exercise to bring cleanliness to your mind. And of course, since your mind is clean, now you may feel like cleaning your environment as well.
Well, can I say now that we've joined the spirit of the Earth Day through this meditation practice?
Certainly. And do you know that according to several Buddhist commentary, the environment is divided up into 3 interlinked and continuous components.
And what are they?
Yes. They are our internal environment, which is called Sankhara Lok, such as our own physical and mental health, together with the degree of subtlety and adeptness with which we have trained the mind. The second component is the Sattva Lok, the world of the other living beings with whom we share the world.
I think that the well-being of the environment is also depends on the degree of the physical and mental well-being of this group as well.
Yes, you are right. And the third component is the part of the environment which we normally associate with the world, that is akasaro, or the environmental surroundings. If as Buddhists we are to solve the problems of the environment, we must remedy the problems of all three components at once. Not like most environment agencies which deal with only with the environmental surrounding or what we call akasalo.
Right. And how do Buddhists do it then?
You see, when each of us in our own organization plan to hold activities for Earth Day this year or for the years to come, we should hold activities for training of the mind, sankhara, activities as a group, working as a team while trying to involve as many people as we can.
I suppose that those people are both participants and those whose life will be brightened up by the environmental enhancement.
That's correct, and we should try to improve the environment around us according to the work most pressing in each situation we find ourselves in different places around the world.
Wow, do you know all this?
I've learned from Luang Por's teaching and his exemplary works throughout this year, which is very effective.
I would love to hear more on this, but you see, we have to keep to our schedule of the program, which is now time for the interview.
Let's listen to the interview then.
This is one area where we are cooperating, but we are ready and willing to cooperate in the teaching of Abhidhamma and exchange of teachers, for example, exchange of students, and in conducting joint seminars. And for instance, we can cooperate by organizing under the auspices of Dhammakaya Foundation Abhidhamma courses in English here. We can send our teachers to teach Abhidhamma in English for the benefit of the Thai people. So that will be a good idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, great idea, yes, for cooperation. We are ready and willing to cooperate.
And that is the cooperation between the countries,
Yes.
right? Thai and
Yes.
Myanmar, and also between organization Dhammakaya and IIA.
Yes,
Right.
certainly.
Okay. And anything else you'd like to share to us more about what you're doing or what you plan to do?
Well, as I told you that Abhidhamma knowledge is very valuable, it's applicable in daily life. So most of the people, they don't realize that. So what we are trying to do is to educate people that Abhidhamma is really a very effective method, tool in all areas of human endeavors. For example, economic development, or the settlement of disputes, or the resolution of conflicts, and so on and so forth.
Okay. And okay, any maybe any miles on the publication in the future that you might have, you want to share with us, might be very benefit to us too, because we're gonna cooperate together.
Yes, yes. Certainly, when we publish, for example, study guides and lecture notes from our university, of course, we will share with you. And we can also contribute in other ways.
Okay. And anything that you want Dhammakaya Foundation to do, right? Because next time you're gonna send a teacher to teach. The teacher could be monks or the ordinary person.
No, it depends.
It depends.
Yes, it depends.
On-
We have to.
You have
choose
both.
Yes, qualify teachers.
Okay. Anything that you want Thamkaya Foundation to prepare in the near future in order to take that plan?
I think that as in our country and in most of the Buddhist countries, people are paying attention to certain discourses, but they are not, focusing on Abhidhamma. The same thing may be true of the situation in Thailand. And for this reason, I know that Dhammakaya is doing a lot in terms of practice of meditation. That is very noble, and I admire them. And at the same time, I think that the teaching of Abhidhamma, propagation of Abhidhamma, will be complementary to this job and also be beneficial to the people of Thailand. So I believe that Dhammaka Foundation should also include the study of Abhidhamma in their program. Then it will be very beneficial, I think, to Dhammaka Foundation as well as to the people of Thailand.
I think from the people like you who knows so much about Abhidhamma, the Lord Buddha teaching, I think the foundation is going to be very appreciated on your cooperation, right? And just one thing before we'll finish this program, you mentioned, because I like what you teach, right? And just one thing remind me about, you mentioned about Abhidhamma, right? The method. And the Abhidhamma teach about mindfulness, right? And somehow to get away from those delusions, greed and hates and everything. And that's the key is to practice meditation, right? And and you been participate during the ceremony at a temple, right? What do you think about the meditation here that we do, right? And that how to use the word meditation here that we do, but it's the same slide of Abhidhamma, the teaching that you all have.
Meditation here, we also took part in the meditation exercise at the assembly, so we enjoyed very much. Meditation is the same, I think, in all developed countries. But what I want to say is that if you have good knowledge of Abhidhamma, that will be helpful in your practice of meditation.
At least what you say, the people at least should know a bit about Abhidhamma.
Sure.
And once they practice meditation, they have the better result.
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Better, quicker results.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to mention about how to apply Abhidhamma?
Well, I will add that Abhidhamma can be very effective too in your work, in solving all sorts of problems. Because as a matter of fact, our life is a series of problem-solving exercises. Every day we come across problems, small and big, and then we have to tackle them. And I should like to stress here that the important doctrine of the Four Noble Truths is nothing but the fundamental principles of problem solving. They are also the fundamental ethical principles. So when you study Abhidhamma in depth, and if you master those four fundamental principles of problem solving, you can apply them in daily life. In addition, the path condition from Patthana, Pa path condition is the mega PCO condition dictates that we should make comparative studies and find the viable options and then choose the optimum middle way that will bring you the optimum results. So by using the fundamental principles of the Four Noble Truths and the guidelines of the path condition, you will be very, very effective in solving your problems at personal level, national level, and at international levels. So because of the time constraints, I shall talk about only a few examples at the international level.
Yes.
For instance, the current world economic recession. So I'm not an economist, so I will not go into the economic data. But basically, the current economic recession is caused by a number of factors. Among those factors are the greed and get rich quick tactics of the economic entrepreneurs and misappropriation and mismanagement of funds and imprudent investments, mainly in the Western countries. They contributed to the current economic recession. And then they have repercussions around the world, of course. So even the economists and the scholars, they say that all these can be traced back to one cause. That is the excessive greed. Excessive greed is the one major cause in all the factors of the current economic recession. So I want to point out here that Lord Buddha's teaching about these three immoral roots, greed, hatred, and delusion, is very valid, and it provides a useful and sound perspective and framework within which you can deal with the problems very effectively. And the second example is the international terrorism. This is a major international problem confronting the international community today. The terrorism, concept of terrorism itself is based on the gospel of hatred. And it is fundamentally flawed and terribly wrong. But in combating terrorism, one should be careful not to be motivated by hatred. But in some countries, some authorities, they are taking coercive and discriminatory measures against a particular religious group, Muslims, for instance. So these types of measures, motivated by hatred, will only worsen, will not solve the problem. Because Lord Buddha says that you cannot conquer hatred by hatred. You can conquer hatred only by loving kindness. So what we should do is, we should have understanding, consideration, and loving kindness and compassion towards all people. While we have to be very firm, of course, and we have to sometimes exercise use of force to meet the threats of terrorism. But those use of force should be proportionate and should be tempered with the considerations of humanity. So here again, Lord Buddha's teachings, from Abhidharma point of view, also provides a useful and sound perspective and framework in which we can deal with an international problem. And another example is the security issue, the issue of nuclear deterrence. As you know, the security policies of the great powers are in one way or another based on the doctrine of deterrence, nuclear deterrence. And the doctrine of nuclear deterrence itself is based on the balance of Tara. Tara means hatred. So it is based on the gospel of hatred. So this doctrine of nuclear deterrence is also fundamentally flawed, needs to be reviewed. And what we should do is that we should try to reduce the nuclear arms and also restrict the use of the nuclear weapons. Of course, the best solution will be the nuclear weapon-free world, but that is a long-term objective. So pending the achievement of the accomplishing the objective of the nuclear weapon-free world, I think we need to adopt a policy of reducing nuclear arms and restricting the use of nuclear weapons. Now I am delighted to observe that the President Obama administration in the United States of America, they have adopted a policy in favor of reducing nuclear arms and restricting the use of nuclear weapons. On the important and delicate issues of security, international security, and arms limitation as well, Lord Buddha's Abhidharma teachings provides a useful and sound perspective and framework within which we can effectively deal with the international problem.
Yes.
So for this reason, I should like to call upon Dhamma friends to study how Abhidharma can be applied in daily life, in dealing with personal problem, national problem, and international problems.
Especially the leaders of other countries.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
They will do well by
Yeah.
studying and practicing Abhidharma.
Yes. And anything else?
Well, I should like to thank you and thank the Dhammagaya Foundation and also the Dhammagaya TV team for organizing this interview, which is very, very useful and which I enjoy very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And after listening to you now, I have no questions why Myanmar known that they may have the strongest Abhidharma in the world. After I listen to you, but I see you have few books on the table. You want to explain about it?
Yeah, these are the publications of the International Institute of Abhidharma.
Yes.
Of course, I am the author of these books. These books are also the textbooks at the International Institute of Abhidharma.
Okay.
If I may explain about this, the first sermon of Lord Buddha.
Maybe you want to
Yeah.
show on this one.
Yes, this is the about the Four Noble Truths.
Yes.
So in this book, I explain about the four fundamental principles of problem solving, which are the main pillars of the Four Noble Truths.
Yes.
Then I also explain how you can go step by step. You can practice fundamental principles of problem solving at the personal level, and then step by step you can heighten your exercise, and eventually you can realize the Four Noble Truth.
Okay.
So I have explained in detail in this book.
Okay,
Yeah.
in this one,
Yes,
right?
in
This
this
is the
one.
main book
Yes,
of the
main
teaching.
book.
How about this one, the light of universe?
Yes, this is the light of the universe. Actually, this is the reproduction of my lecture at the Interfaith Dialogue discussions in Myanmar. I gave a lecture on the essence of Buddhism at the Interfaith Dialogue on 30th June 2009. So I published this one in book form. In this book, I offer the essence of Buddhism in a nutshell. It may be interesting to know that I explain about the very subtle subject of Nibbana in detail here.
Okay, I see that you have written in Burmese and English
Yeah.
too. It's
Yes,
very easy
yes,
to understand.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, how about these two books?
This is about the Institute, the Bulletin of the Institute of Abhidhamma.
Okay.
And this one is the blueprint for the new building of International Institute of Abhidhamma.
It's been finished?
No, not yet. Not yet started.
Okay.
So this are planned. So it may take some time.
This is a new phase of your university, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, wow,
New
that's-
campus. New
oh,
campus.
That's
Will be the
very
new
going to be very
campus.
big.
Yes.
Okay, and I see at the back of the books, if you, ladies and gentlemen, you want to know about the writer, yes, his biography. Okay, and earlier I saw that you have some few logos, right?
Yes,
You are
yes.
very interesting and very colorful and interesting. Maybe you can explain a bit about it.
This is the logo of the International Institute of Abhidhamma. This logo symbolizes Abhidhamma. You look at the logo, you will see the circle. Inside the circle, there are 24 pillars,
24 pillars.
and as well as 24 spokes of the wheel. Those 24 pillars and spokes, they represent the 24 conditional relations of the book of Patthana. As you know that book of conditional relations, Patthana, is the seventh book and the highest,
Oh yes, as you mentioned.
highest book. So we make it the symbol of Abhidhamma. So this is the meaning of the logo, and map of Myanmar and the world means that of course the Abhidhamma flourishes in Myanmar. So we will try to propagate the Abhidhamma knowledge throughout the world.
Okay. This one, the lotus one, what it means?
Well, in the Buddhist literature, the lotus flower is a very special flower.
Yes.
It represents enlightenment. So this is a symbol of enlightenment and wisdom.
Yes.
This is the picture showing Lord Buddha expounding Abhidhamma in the world of Dawatensa. So this portrays the genesis of the Abhidhamma Pitaka. So that is the reason why we use this picture very often.
Very often.
Yeah.
Well, it's been very good day for me today to listen to you. And it's too bad where the time is run out, right? It's what you teach us is very valuable. Now, for the Abhidhamma subject to our education, right? These information and the knowledge that you've given to us today is very significant and very useful. Well, thank you very much again.
Pleasure is mine, and I also thank you very, very much.
Yeah, thank you very much for contribution of your valuable knowledge and your time, which you have given to our DMC program. Well, we all very much appreciate the teaching that you provide, and we wish to have you back in our program and share more about it, of your noble work. in the near future.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Thank you.
Abhidhamma, or higher teaching of Lord Buddha, is the knowledge of matter and mind we ought to know in order to deal with life situation. We owe our thanks to His Excellency U Miet Tan for sharing them with us all today. Thank you very much indeed.
It is now time we move on to enhance our knowledge further with the teaching of the Venerable Sander Kemat Thammo on how to use meditation to cope with problems in life. This will benefit you, so don't go away.
We need time, but it will help once we practice more meditation. If we continue to practice, even when our eyes are open, we can continue to practice by allowing the mind to go back to the center. Whenever we do any activity, we can practice like this.
So when you start, how long you think it's going to be work when you start in the first time to do the meditation? Could be a limit of time, or it just depends?
We can start with any amount of time, but for meditation to be very effective
Yes.
and to really give it a part in our lives, really allow meditation to allow yourself to integrate meditation in your daily life. I would recommend at least half an hour, and to make it easy, two times a day.
2 times a day.
So because if you wait for another 24 hours before you can practice once more, sometimes it's too long. The mind has wandered a lot, and it's hard to bring it to stillness. Yes.
Well, my question is a little bit like not clear, but my word.
Yes, that's right. Yes,
Oh.
I'm new too. Yeah, that's right.
This is always in my mind. But yes, I really want to succeed in
It's
meditation.
possible.
Yeah.
But
We
then,
can practice.
Yeah, how different?
When we meditate, there is both the practice in our daily life, our daily actions, or the words we use, the things we say, the things we think, the things we do, and then there is meditation. This is all related. So our daily actions are very much related to our meditation. So when we meditate, it's important to notice that our daily actions relate to meditation, and that our daily practice in daily life and the way we develop our character also affects meditation. If our habits are positive and constructive, then meditation will be stable. But if our habits are negative and destructive, it's hard to meditate sometimes. So yes.
That's all right. Yes. Keep going.
Yeah, so this is something important to realize. Now about your question as to how to integrate meditation in your daily life, to be at the center all the time.
Yes. And it's true what my father said. That is, I really want to. Sorry.
Your father recommended you that you can use meditation all the time, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Whenever I
it's
do,
true.
whenever you go boogie, it's
When the Buddha taught about the meditation, first of all, since now you are training at the temple, right?
Yes.
It's important to know that he taught one important teaching, that is the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path is a path of practice that shows how meditation is one part of a path of practice, of a model of practice in our lives. Starting with right understanding, we have a positive but realist perspective on life, realistic. Then we have right intention. That means we have a positive thought. We have positive thoughts. We do not want to hurt other people. We do not want to compete with other people. We do not want to... We look at other people as our friends or fellows rather than as our enemies or just an object of our desires. So when we give up sensuality, give up vengefulness, do not give up our thoughts to hurt another person, but just let those things be and develop intentions of loving kindness. This is starting with developing right intention. Right intention, apart from right intention, we need to have right speech and right action. We do not hurt other people through our actions, through our speech. And then also we should have a profession that is positive and constructive. Occupation should be positive. That is what we call right livelihood. When we develop our habits through our thoughts, our words and our actions in our everyday life in this way, and make it into character, make it into habits, this is what we call right effort. Whatever is negative, we abandon. We abandon and let that go. Whatever is positive, we develop. For that, we also need mindfulness in our daily lives. So this is where right mindfulness comes in. When all of these factors have been developed by us in our daily lives, all of these positive elements of our path of development, personal development, then we find it's possible to develop the eighth factor, that is the right concentration or meditation. That is, it's important to look at it that way, because when we have the first 7 factors in our daily lives, we practice ourselves in our actions, our words, and our thoughts in a positive way, then we will find that it's easy to bring the mind to stillness. So what we say and what we think is important. We should take good care of our actions, because our actions, we are the owner of our own actions. We are the owner of our own karma. That is what the Buddha said. So this is important to know. As to your question, how to meditate in a relaxed way, we should not use too much effort. When we meditate, think of it as something playfully. We can do playfully like a kid. Make it into a game. Because the mind, in the present day, we are used to use a lot of effort in meditation or in anything that we do. We use a lot of effort. We put a lot of effort into things that we do, and we are used to complex things. But when we meditate, it's very simple. So we should meditate like a child, with no expectations and nothing to worry about. Let us practice playfully, and that will help. So when you find it easy to bring the mind to the center, then you bring the mind to the center and think of an object like a crystal ball or the sun or the moon. But if you would like to just rest your mind at the center without imagining any object, you can. You do not need to imagine something if you don't feel comfortable to. And then some people find it's easy to find the center. Some people find it hard to find the center. Don't worry too much about that, because the center is there anyway. It's there. But when our mind is still, and it's somewhere close to the center, then it will move to the center, the exact center spot, center point. It will move there automatically when my mind is still. So do not worry too much about that. Just let our mind rest somewhere there. We know already that, yes, try to bring it down.
So then it's better to go with the kid the young age, right? It's better to start with the young age.
With the young, when you were young, better. Not so many things to think about.
A kid can meditate well normally, because the mind, the mind is still pure. But it's hard for a kid to have discipline.
No.
So normally a kid will not meditate every day.
No.
Just meditate when you tell him to.
All right.
And then we do meditation. Sometimes we see somebody use the music, and sometimes without music.
Yeah,
You can adjust. It's up to you what you feel. Comfort is the key word. Comfort and ease of mind.
But usually when I start, I use Rong Pa, our Rong Pa.
Or Abbott.
Yeah. His CD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just got it. I just listen to him and I just do
Good.
meditation like that. Yeah, just
Good.
think about what he said. Yeah, it's a little bit calm.
Good.
A lot. Yes.
A guided CD can help. CD with a guided meditation can help us a lot, because we can review the technique often.
Yeah, because we can listen what the technique he just said, and we just listen to him, and it just go very well.
Right.
Yes, very well. Sometimes make me sleepy too. But when you go too well, you just say, oh, so relaxed.
No.
That's
So
my
I just leave it for that. Leave it by that now. So, เจริญพร
ค่ะ
Thank you for today.
กับท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ
Meditation not only helps you solve your problems, it will make your center more attractive to newcomers who will feel assured by the standards of cleanliness and want to bring along their friends and families to your activities.
Right. And talking about the Earth Day activities, I think cleanliness and tree planting will be a good idea to improve relationships with your neighbors, because you enhance the value of the real estate in your locality. And of course, you make friends by helping others to clear up the environment that you share.
Yes, thank you. I agree. So why not try some of these activities for the celebration of Buddhist Earth Day in your own center or organization? Shana, would you like to read it for our audience?
Sure. Our recommendations are 1 hour of meditation and spreading of loving kindness to all the beings who share the same planet, that is our home.
Yes. The second one?
Planting trees in your own center, nearby your center, or in places of public benefit. Inviting local school children to help with the litter cleanups in your local area. And lastly, a thorough spring cleaning of your center by all the members.
Thank you very much. By adopting an interest in the environment, we show our understanding of globalization and that any small good action we perform will not go unnoticed by our surrounding society, but is bound to make the world a better place. Good luck for your activities this Earth Day.
Lastly, we would like to leave you today with a video presentation showing the Earth Day activities performed at the Dhammakaya Temple in Thailand, which can be a good example for you to understand the Buddhist celebration of the Earth Day. And thank you for watching our show today. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
Anu ไปเมื่อนี้จากนี้เธอคือมหาอุบาสิกาช่างสง่างามด้วยอาภรณ์สีขาวดูสุขสกาวยิ่งกว่าดวงดาวบนฟ้าดังอุทยานแห่งดอกมะลิลาในจิตรลดาแดนสุขาวดี แสนคนอุบาสิกา2,000 ปีกว่าเพิ่งจะมีวันนี้โลกสว่างด้วยธรรมรังสีพระจอมมุนีต่อไปนฉันสง่างามด้วยอาภรณ์สีขาวดูสุขสกาวยิ่งกว่าดวงดาวบนฟ้าดังอุทยานแห่งดอกมะลิลาในจิตรลดาแดนสุขาวดี แสนคนอุบาสิกา2,000 ปีกว่าเพิ่งจะมีวันนี้โลกสว่างด้วยธรรมรังสีพระจอ